Hi, everyone. This is your new week of online learning, and just wanted to give you your instructions for your new assignment. I hope everyone had a lovely long Victoria Day weekend. So, your new assignment is going to focus on the differences between chemical and physical changes, which we'll discuss in our live meet, which you'll be at today. So whether you watch this video before or after. The short version, chemical changes is when you create a new substance, and physical changes is when it's still the same substance, but you've altered it physically. So you're going to identify some and ideally actually do some chemical reactions or some physical changes in your environment. Now, it's very important that you're doing this safely. So obviously, don't burn things that you can't burn, and don't mix things that are unsafe to mix. So make sure that you're being safe. If in doubt, do all research to make sure that you're being safe. But examples of safe chemical reactions would be like cooking, actual digestion. So it could be eating, it could be mixing two substances together, like vinegar and baking soda, and seeing the reaction. It could be something like elephant toothpaste that we looked at previously. If you have access to like some yeast and some hydrogen peroxide, it could be something along those lines, but make sure that you're being safe. And make sure if you're doing a physical change that it's something that you have permission to do the physical change to. So don't like break something and call it a physical change. You know what I mean? So I'm just giving the general disclaimer. Make sure that you're being safe in your house and you are doing this within reason. So I do have some examples here of what you're looking for. Because we're focusing on chemistry, I am hoping that you'll do more chemical changes if at all possible. So I have you aiming to complete 10 of these. And I'd say the goal would be for you to do 8 chemical changes and 2 physical changes. But that being said, that's not a set goal, and that's not something that is absolutely necessary. That's just kind of a goal that you can have in mind. I certainly recognizing, depending on your time or the situations that you have, or whether you have accessibility to outside or whatever your situation is, that might look different for you. So this is just what I would strive for, if at all possible. So an example of a chemical change could be I burned a match. So you write down what you do here. Now, this can be something that you're physically doing, or it could be something that is happening. So like if it's, for instance, digestion is an example of a chemical change. So that you're technically just doing it by existing after you've eaten something, and that's fine. You can certainly put those in there too, but ideally you'll learn something new and you'll do some at-home cool chemical changes if at all possible. So you're saying what you did, you're writing down what it is. So is it a chemical change or a physical change? And then you're writing out what is happening. So in the example here, by burning the match, that can give you kind of a side lesson about combustion. So we're going to talk about reactants and products in your Google Meet this week. So you'll certainly have a better foundation of this than if you're watching this video beforehand. But the particular what's happening here is you have the amount of energy stored, like the reactants, and then that energy can then be released when it reacts with oxygen, which is combustion, and then that can be converted into carbon dioxide, which we recognize, but also like water, like vapor that comes out too. So by burning a match, all of that is happening. So you're creating these new substances, as opposed to I chopped wood. So what is happening? You're chopping wood, the wood's staying the same, it acts in the same way. So nothing new is being created, right? So your explanation for physical change is going to be very basic, but it'll be much more room for growth and research when you're listing out your chemical changes, which is why I'm hoping that you can focus primarily on chemical changes as you're going through this. But I do have both because I want you to be able to identify the difference. All right. And so this will lead us well into our new discussions on chemical reactions that we'll be doing. So this should give you a nice foundation for that as we talk more about that in our Google Meets. So I have the goal of filling out 10 and finding 10 of these. Now, certainly you can do more if you have access to more, and you can certainly do less if it's unreasonable for you to find 10 examples in your house. Okay. So you should be able to edit this document and just fill in the tables as you go along, and certainly reach out if you have any questions. Okay. That's it. So this is due Friday, May 29th. So you've got some time. Thanks. Have a good one. Bye.